welcome to the 80sist, the podcast that uses your votes to determine the most totally 80s song ever to blare from the tinny speakers of a canary yellow Walkman. In the heart of rock and roll, it's Cleveland, Ohio. I'm Keith Marsteller, and joining me from hot and sexy Seattle is the creator of the 80sist, my longtime friend and now my co-host. It's Joe Walk I'm talking about. Hey, Joe!
I can't talk right now, Keith.
I
just have to catch you. I have to catch you later, man. I'm on the move.
But we're supposed to be doing the podcast.
No. Stop trying to slow me down, man.
I mean, I wouldn't want to slow you down.
Okay. And now I've stopped. Fantastic. You've broken my stride. God damn it.
I mean, you can just start again.
No. You broke my stride.
Oh. Well, sorry about that, I guess.
Sorry.
Yeah, all right. Well, welcome back to the 80sist.
Yay.
Today is our 28th episode. And Joe, we're going to finish out the 8th and final matchup in the first round of our singers region.
8th and final.
So the first round ends here. And that
this region.
Here for this region. The first round for the singers region.
Right.
Ends here. And that is with 2 seed. Girls Just Want to Have Fun by Cyndi Lauper against the 15 seed Break My Stride by Matthew Wilder.
Wilder.
Yeah.
Girls Just Want to Have Fun is from the album She's So Unusual, released on October 17th, 1983. And despite ranking in awards, raking.
Yeah, it raked in a bunch of awards. Yeah.
She didn't rank them.
No.
Grammy nominations and achieving all-time classic status, it made it only to number 2 on the U.S. Billboard Hot 100 chart.
Well, that's unfortunate.
The song reached the top 10 in 27 countries, hit number 1 in 10 of those countries, but not here.
But not here.
Because
you know
we
why?
were freaked out by her hair.
She didn't reach number 1 because of one reason. Van Halen. With the only number 1 of their career. Jump.
Sorry, just the fact that you were ready to go with that.
Sorry, yeah, I was ready to go with that. But
of course.
Break My Stride is from the album I Don't Speak the Language, released in August 1983. And it reached number 5 on the U.S. charts, possibly by nefarious means.
Sorry, what?
Yeah, more on that later.
Oh dear, I am intrigued.
More on that later.
But can I just real quickly?
Yeah.
I Don't Speak the Language. That's a bad album title.
It's a shitty album title, and as you'll hear later, it's a terrible title track.
Oh my!
To the song that.
Whew.
But first, let's listen to some music.
Let's do it.
Let's give Girls Just Want to Have Fun a quick spin, shall we?
Please.
This go? Is that a verse?
I mean that's a good stopping place. Although I wouldn't object for more, but I think it's probably good.
Right. Yeah. All right, so that's Girls Just Want to Have Fun. We'll get to the kind of anthemic chorus. Probably we'll drop in on that a little later.
Okay.
But everyone knows it. If you're listening to this show, you've heard it.
Yes.
And now you can have a little taste to refresh your memory of Break My Stride.
wild. I'm running and I won't touch ground. Oh no, I've got to keep on moving. You're
All right,
on the road.
so that's
you go.
your first verse and chorus of Break My Stride by Matthew Wilder. Joe, let's get right to it.
Yes, let's.
How do you feel about these songs? Let's start off with Girls Just Want to Have Fun.
I love Girls Just Want to Have Fun. I have always loved it. I always will. It's just a good song.
Good song. I love Cyndi Lauper, and I probably like 5 or 6 of her songs more than this song.
Absolutely.
And I guess we'll get to those in just a moment when we
Yes.
start talking about Cyndi.
Let's be clear. This is not my favorite Cyndi Lauper song by a long shot, and I still
love
really
it.
love it.
Yeah. Okay, so we're in agreement there. And then I'll start with Break My Stride.
Yes.
And, I'll be honest, back in the early 80s, as our listener, Dr. Janet, pointed out in the comments section, it got played a lot on the track bus because it was a running-related song, right? I'm running and I won't touch ground.
Yeah, there you go.
Et cetera, et cetera. I got to keep on moving.
Right.
So I kind of liked it back then, but I'm telling you, listening back to it, it sounds like a terrible novelty song to me, and I believe that right now, you can mark the time, I am over this song. It's official. I'm over it.
Okay. You had to listen to it enough for this show
Yeah.
that
Again,
you're just done with it.
I don't want to impugn the 80s-ishness of it, but
Yes.
I do not want to listen to this song really ever again.
All right.
But we're going to hear more of it in just a few minutes. How do you feel about Break My Stride?
I mean, I like this song.
That's fair. I think you
this is
nominated
a-
this guy.
I think I did. And this is one of those songs that I just... All right, so for anyone that doesn't know this, I have a nonstop jukebox running in my head. Shit just pops in there. I have...
Rockwell while you're in the shower, for instance.
Yeah, exactly. I am super susceptible to earworms. And I burst into song all like an annoying amount of time. I am just singing.
If Megan were
particularly
listening,
well.
your wife, I would, wish her, my condolences on having to have dealt with that for a better part of
Yes.
30 years.
Absolutely.
But since she's
again,
not listening.
She's not listening.
Okay.
Yeah. But I this song has been one that pops up in my head, and I will sing this song, not just like bits of it, periodically.
Sure.
So I like this song. I don't
Okay.
love it,
But you like
like
it.
this song.
There's nothing
Yeah.
wrong with that. All right.
there you go.
All right. Well, there you go. That's where we are on it. And now we're going to talk about Girls Just Want to Have Fun. And to get it
Okay.
started,
Yeah,
I mean, Cyndi Lauper has a bunch of good songs.
she has a ton.
And so I'm just going to plow through a few intros here. She had She Bop, which I really enjoyed. She had the mega hit. I think this might be her biggest hit of her career. Time After Time. Huge, massive hit.
Yep,
And good song.
excellent song.
She had All Through the Night, if you remember this one.
Another fantastic
I
song.
really enjoyed this one.
Yep.
Massive hit with True Colors.
Oh, so good.
Hauntingly beautiful song.
Yep.
Strangely, my favorite Cyndi Lauper song is Change of Heart, I think.
That's a good one.
And that's this one, which you might... And then there's one song that could have made it into our movies region. And you want to talk about this one?
Yeah. This song is Goonies. Right, Goonies Are Good Enough is the title?
Yeah, Goonies are almost like the R in Toys R Us.
Right. Goonies are
R.
good. Is it pirate theme?
Yeah, maybe?
Goonies are good enough. From a very popular 80s movie. My wife is very fond of it. Again, she won't hear this.
My wife is fond of it.
Excellent. But neither one of us has seen this movie.
That's right.
That's right.
Neither Joe nor I have seen The Goonies,
Yeah.
to which this is the theme song. The Goonies are good enough.
Are they?
I can try to jump ahead to the chorus. So anyway, all right. So that's a little bit of Cyndi's, hit list.
In addition to that, she, I think she might have won the Tony for the music she wrote for Kinky Boots.
She has everything except the Oscar. So
there you go.
Yeah.
She has one of my actually all-time favorite Christmas albums that she released in the 90s. Yeah, it's such a good Christmas album. Look it up if you can.
She also, has cred for appearing in this smash of the 80s.
That's right. And unlike Kim Carnes, you weren't thinking, what the fuck is she doing there?
Even though they do. Oh, then she has one of the most recognizable solos of the whole song.
Yeah. You know why? Because she's so unusual.
She is unusual, right? So, yeah. All right. Now I've got the first toid of the night for you. So you might have read in some of your research that this song was originally written by a guy named Robert Hazard.
That's right, in 1979.
Yes, and it was kind of written from a male perspective about how he wanted girls to behave in the bedroom or something.
Right, yes.
And
which is very different from the song that we know.
Very different, but
yeah.
This guy did put this song to tape in his version of it, and this is Robert Hazard's version of Girls Just Want to Have Fun. I'll give you a few seconds. So, you can hear a few of the seeds of the song in there, like that guitar hook. He doesn't say that at all, but
no.
So it's not a very good version. Now she's made it a lot better.
No, she definitely made a silk purse out of that sow's ear.
Out of the sow's ear. So we heard. You might have read the story. Did you read the story about how she got talked into doing this?
I did not. I read about Robert Hazard. I did not read this part.
I guess this demo was sitting around, and she had a producer or a manager that was trying to get her to record it.
Uh-huh.
And she was like very resistant to it because in her mind it was a sexist song. And she was right. And I have this clip of her talking about that.
The producer kept saying, I listened to it and said, no, I can't do this song. Because the man wrote it, so imagine what it's really about. And how am I supposed to write this? What, am I supposed to get a lobotomy and be like a big dope? I said, I can't do this. And he said, listen, so you change it a little. So you make it what you would sing about. Make it an anthem. And I thought, all right, want to make it an anthem? Let's do this.
So I thought that was pretty cool that she would.
That's awesome.
Like, she didn't really want to do it at all. And then she's like, all right, well, if I am going to do it, I'm going to change the whole thing and add lines like some boys take a beautiful girl and hide her away from the rest of the world. Oof. Which is not in the original,
Yeah.
I want to be the one to walk in the sun, she said. So, she definitely made wholesale changes to it. Kept the original kind of, just the melody, essentially.
Right.
All she took from it. But
that's all she needed.
Yeah. And so, what do you like about the song? What makes this song 80s to you? Or what do you want to say about the song?
Okay, well, to start with, there's the absolutely iconic opening notes. Like, the opening few seconds of this song, you know exactly what it is. There's no confusion.
I'll give it to you one more time.
Right there. Boom.
Yeah.
It's very fun right from the start.
Absolutely.
I want to say that the as far as the lyrics goes, 'cause I like to study the lyrics of these songs. I didn't, and it wasn't for this, but it was earlier. I think it was maybe when we were putting our initial list together, and I was listening to this song. I didn't get the line. I didn't hear the line "when the working day is done" until I was in my 50s. Like I just within the last few years recognized
Like
what
that
she's
line
actually
to you
saying
was a mystery. What she was saying there, essentially.
Yeah, I was like, I had like when the I could not tell you. But now I know.
Now you
and
get
it makes sense in terms
when
of the
the
song.
day is done, they want to have fun, just like
That's right.
men want to.
When they're not working anymore, they just want to have fun. So don't give them shit.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's
What
tons
else
of
I got here?
synth in this, right?
Yeah,
Along with that
yeah.
jangly guitar that is the signature sound.
Yeah. I in reading about this, I found out that Anton Fig, the drummer from Letterman's band,
The world's most dangerous band.
that's it.
That's a
That's
toid,
right.
my friend.
played on this. Yeah, he's drumming on this, which is fantastic.
Absolutely.
I want to say that this song inspired one of my absolute favorite Weird Al parodies from the 80s. Girls Just Want to Have Lunch.
You know, I'm a pretty big Weird Al aficionado, but I can't even pull that one out, like the lyrics to that one. But
I mean,
Yeah.
everyone gets it. You can imagine it. You
oh,
don't have
for sure. Yeah.
Weird Al, famously food obsessed in his
Right.
parody
Eat It,
writing.
My
Yeah.
Bologna.
Yeah,
The list
That's
goes
it.
on. Yeah.
Yes. So this song was so popular that they made a movie based on this song.
That is true.
Yeah, Sarah Jessica Parker. Let me try it again. Sarah Jessica Parker, not Cedric Elizabeth.
Wow.
Helen Hunt, Shannon Doherty, and
Oh.
Jonathan Silverman in this movie, which I never saw.
Sounds like
because
comedy gold, Joe.
it sounds like a very 80s movie.
I'm gonna go ahead and let's put some bets out here. Do you
Okay.
think your wife has seen this movie?
No.
I'm gonna go ahead and bet that my wife has seen this movie, and since she listens, honey, go ahead and say something in the comments about whether you have or haven't seen this film and what you think of it.
You know what? I'm with you. I think she probably has, but I don't think she's watched it more than once, and probably wasn't that big of a fan.
She, Marcia, listened and commented on the fact that she went and saw Hard to Hold in the theater and loved it. And her sister commented pretty similarly, like
Wow.
in coming out in support of Rick Springfield a couple days ago. So,
Well, he needs
anyway.
all the support he can get, so God bless him.
Girls Just Want to Have Fun was a movie. That is true.
Yeah.
Did you watch the video to this by any chance?
I remember the video to this fairly well, with Captain Lou Albino jumping in there as her father, and I believe it's her mom playing her mom.
Her real mom,
Yes.
Katrine Lauper, is her mom in the video. But,
Yeah, but-
in a decade of absolute fashion excess, like you've mentioned, we've talked about the fashion of this decade.
Oh, yes, we have.
This woman found a way to look completely like nobody else, but yet still of the decade.
You know why?
Why?
Because she's so unusual.
she is, and yet she helped define what people would wear for the rest of this decade, you know?
Absolutely.
With this look and the sashaying around with that red or orangish red dress in this video. Just I'm close to saying the I word. That's kind of iconic.
I mean,
That look.
here's the thing. We want to use that word sparingly, but for this song and for Cyndi Lauper,
Yeah.
it fits.
It does. What else? Do you have anything else to say about?
I had one needle drop, and I'm sorry I forgot to mention this
That's all right. What do you got?
before we start recording. Look for at 1:26. My notes, the 1 minute 26 seconds. My notes are,
Yeah.
what the hell even is this? It's
I have-
80s as balls. I don't remember what it is, but that's what I wrote.
Water drop solo.
Oh, is that's what it is?
It's kind of like water drops. Here it is. Everybody knows this bit, though.
Yes.
Going up to that high note. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now that's
I don't.
probably
it's like
all synth,
it's like an
but it sounds
an electronic
cool as hell.
wood block or something.
Yeah.
But whatever. Again, it is very 80s.
Super 80s, and I have a needle drop at about 245. In the video, this is the big chorus solo. In the video, they have 9 women kind of arranged in a Brady Bunch-esque, 3
Grid.
rows, 3 columns of their heads, and they're swaying, and they're leaning, and they're back and forth. And they're singing the chorus together in unison. So, that's kind of the culmination of the song here at the end.
Yeah.
And then, and then that, which is a kind of a signature Lauper noise.
Yep.
And I can't even do it. I almost hurt myself. All right. So that's Girls Just Want to Have Fun.
Yes.
If you have anything else to say, speak now or forever hold your peace.
I am ready to move on to Mr. Matthew Wilder.
Matty Wilder. Well,
boy.
I feel like it's time for some, equal airtime. We gave Cyndi her time with her 7 or 8 massive hits. Let's play Matthew's other, okay. Let's play another track from this album that maybe we don't know. How about
the
title track, I Don't Speak the Language. Here it is. Probably
That's starting off promising.
Probably for the first time for most of us.
I was a banker, family man, working in Paris when I began.
I know what you're thinking. I can't wait to hear this chorus.
Living my daydream.
Oh.
I'm going to go ahead and jump ahead.
Okay.
A colorful world, green of the ocean and brown native girls. Now I'm an artist and I see nothing wrong. To paint Tahitian without
thoughts?
a sarong. Oh no.
This is the song that is the title track of his album, Joe.
Wow.
I'm sorry, I fell asleep. Am I still playing this? All right, I can't take it anymore. I'm done with it.
Lord.
So that's just to let you know
That he has another song.
that's some more of the stylings of Matthew Wilder. So
It doesn't quite reach the heights of Break My Stride.
not quite. It did not reach the Billboard Top 1,000 at all. No.
No. Nor should it.
So Matthew Wilder.
Okay.
I don't know if there's an official music video to this. The only
I
thing
couldn't find one.
Did you
When
find
I-
the same thing I found? Which
The
is
Solid
him?
Gold performance?
Yes.
Yes, with Marilyn McCoo breaking in during
Into
an
the
instrumental
center of the
portion
song.
of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very
yeah.
weird, right?
Yes. Very weird.
Had you ever seen Matthew Wilder up until that
I had
point?
not, but when I saw him, I was like, holy shit, he looks like Gallagher.
He looked to me like a cross between a chia pet and a child molester. If that's
Child molester.
he looked like an actor hired to play the most creepy 80s musician possible, like in a comically overdone way, like in an Adam Sandler movie or something.
Oh my God, he does. He looks like that one guy who's Adam Sandler's friend, who's in all his movies, who then starred in Grandma's Boy.
Yeah, he kind of looks like a chia'd up version of that guy.
Wow. Yes.
But that mustache. Whew.
So,
But really 80s look. It's a
very
real 80s look.
It's very early 80s look.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looked like he was part of REO Speedwagon and got lost or something. Yeah.
There you go. He fell out of the wagon. So I did see that and I didn't go very far into this research because why would I?
Yeah.
But he was a folk singer.
That I didn't read. I mean, I'm
He was
going to give
part of a
you one of
folk rock
these.
act.
Okay.
called with another guy called Matthew and Peter.
Great naming job there.
Yeah, Peter was apparently subsequently absorbed into Matthew's mustache, which is sentient now.
It looked like
Yeah.
it could just walk off on its own, that stash.
Yeah.
So is this his real voice, by the way? Like, you heard this other track. He
Yeah.
sounds totally jacked up on helium or something here, right?
Yes.
I mean, like, let's just give you another taste of this.
I sailed away to China in a little rowboat to find you, and you said you had to get your laundry clean.
Man. Whew.
That's
By the way,
a definite tenor there.
It took me like 40 some years to realize this.
Yeah.
But I think this is a reggae song.
Yes, that I have that note. My note was, is this white reggae?
Yeah, like,
Yeah. Yes.
I don't know if you can call a song a certain genre just from that synthy.
No,
bit,
but it
reggae-ish.
has reggae elements in it. Again, it doesn't have the good stuff that reggae has. but it definitely has that. It has the reggae beats.
Yeah.
I mean, again, not a music scholar. To me, this is an attempt at white reggae.
White reggae. Okay,
Yeah.
well,
It's a genre now.
I'm identifying at least two different synths going, which give this,
Yes.
along with his look and his crazy voice, gives this a lot of 80s vibes to it, you know.
Yeah. There's also
Oh, go ahead. I was just trying to get to the different synth parts, but go ahead.
also the fact that he did nothing else on the pop charts in the 80s or past the 80s, so he definitely belongs to the decade.
Yeah, for sure. He and his look and his sound belong here. But did he belong on the pop charts at all, Joe? And now we get to my story of nefarious, mean. All right.
I'm intrigued.
Intrigued, right? All right. So you've maybe heard of Clive Davis. He was this
I
record
have.
producer, big famous guy back then, right?
Was it Arista?
I believe that's right.
Or Arista? Yeah.
Arista. Clive Davis inspired the chorus to this song by being a dick to Matthew Wilder. So Davis signed Wilder early on, and then everything Wilder brought him, Davis was like, hard pass. This stuff sucks. And so Wilder is kind of like, I'm not going to let him break my stride, you know? He's not going to slow me down, this guy. And so he wrote this song, presented it to Clive Davis, and Clive Davis was like, no, that song blows. I'm now releasing you from our contract because I hate you. My words. Okay, my words. Fair enough. But now Matthew's a free agent.
Uh-huh.
And he's got this song that Arista doesn't own because he's been let go.
Yeah.
He managed to connect up with this record promoter who I've never heard of, but his name was Joe Iskro. Okay. He had a history of doing illegal or questionably legal things to promote and chart certain songs. And I'm like,
Is this like payola?
Similar, right? So he makes his own fake record label. Joe does. This Joe guy calls it Private Dash the letter I, Private I.
Oh, clever.
And releases Break My Stride on this new record label and starts telling people that it's a massive hit when he sends it to them. He's like, oh, wow, this is charting all over the country, and sends it to a radio station, trying to induce them to play it to make it popular. And it worked.
He's a master of psychology.
So
that Joe.
it was all lies, allegedly, because it had no airplay. And this guy kind of manufactured some airplay. And then from there, people are like, well, I guess this must be a hit. Let's keep playing it. And it got to number 5.
Wow.
with that shit. So, yeah. Well, so there's a weird toy.
All right. So to be fair, I don't know if I would categorize that all the way to the point of being nefarious.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah.
Dishonest.
I may have overstepped due to my burgeoning dislike for Matthew Wilder.
I thought maybe like he came in and like kneecapped Prince or something to stop him from recording a bigger hit.
Galoolied Prince, like
yes.
Prince becomes Nancy Kerrigan. Why? Yeah.
Prince.
So interestingly, if you watch that Marilyn McCoo Solid Gold performance,
yes,
man, I really hate those lip sync and fake instrument performances of the 80s.
Yeah.
I hate them so much.
Absolutely. It's the same reason why I have a hard time watching the Macy's parade. Because I can't stand those people on the. I mean, I get why they do it.
Like, what's the worst that could go wrong? Let the person sing live. Like, how bad could it be?
They're on a giant float.
Yeah.
With a noisy crowd around them.
I'm sure the acoustics would be bad. Yeah.
Oh my God, it would suck.
But in this weird video that we're watching, they have a drummer sitting there behind a drum kit. Mm-hmm. But looking deeper into this is a drum part that was programmed and not played by a human being.
Yes.
And so that guy, unnamed drummer guy, just had to sit there and pretend to like tap it out.
Right.
And I just don't understand why people do that. But there you go.
It's the illusion. They
Would you
want
like
people to buy the illusion.
Would you like to guess how many times Matthew Wilder goes through Ain't Nothing Gonna Break My Stride, Nobody Gonna Slow Me Down, Oh No, I Got to Keep on Moving, Ain't Nothing Gonna Break My Stride, I'm Running and I Won't Touch Ground? How many times do you think that full chorus phrase is repeated in this song?
All right, I'm going to try and get this exact.
Okay. Good luck.
17.
Oh, you actually overshot it. It was only 13 times.
Oh, man.
For the full phrase.
Well, all credit then to Matthew Wilder for his restraint.
So, the look is 80s. The sound is definitely 80s. Drum
Very
machine,
80s.
synth. So my dislike for it can't taint the fact that it is a super 80s song. I mean, could only have existed then.
You said taint.
That's right, I did. And so that brings us to our verdict, Joe.
All right, I think you need to go first on this. Wait, did you go first last time or did I?
I think I went first last time because I went really hard for Chaka Khan.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
All right, well, I'll jump in here then.
Yeah.
I like both these songs. I think they both have definitely belong to the decade. But I'm very much voting for Girls Just Want to Have Fun on this because I think it is such a singular touchstone for Gen X from the 80s.
Yes.
And yes.
I'm 100% in agreement. As much as Wilder's song is very 80s and even has specific experiential memories for me, Cyndi's got it all, man. She's got brains. She had that look of the 80s. She had talent, both singing and songwriting talent. Matthew Wilder didn't.
No.
She had this style, and this song of hers is like era defining. It's one of those foundational songs, you know.
This is I've had this conversation with a lot of people, and that if you had asked me in the early to mid 80s, between Cyndi Lauper and Madonna, who would go on to have a bigger career, I would have 100% picked Cyndi Lauper.
Yeah. But then she kind of stayed locked in the 80s. And I think it's a close call whether Cyndi Lauper really belongs in the legends bracket. You know,
I personally think she really does. I think
we may have had a little oversight here, and
our desire to include
poor Matthew Wilder.
This song, I think, probably we should have held off.
Probably.
Yes.
But it's too late now. And, as you said in episode 1, we make rules and then we break them. So
That's right.
So that's 2-0. Another boring outcome for our listeners as we agree again.
But can I tell you, I have a feeling that the voting public is going to be very lopsided as well.
You don't think Wilder's going to come away with this one?
I mean, maybe one vote.
We'll
maybe
see.
Someone who's been on a track bus. I don't know. But if you want to cast your vote,
I'm
if
going to break in. Because I
Yeah.
meant to do a quick shout out. I had dinner tonight, and one of the folks I had dinner with was our listener, Dr. Janet, who we went to high school with. And she said, I just want to point this out because we're talking about it. She does not like Girls Just Want to Have Fun.
Oh.
And I think she will be a vote for Matthew Wilder, Break My Stride. So,
Okay.
Dr. Janet, we thank you for listening and commenting and being involved.
Yes.
And if we see one vote for Matthew Wilder, well, we're going to know it's you.
That's right. And if you want to be that vote for Matthew Wilder, then go to the80sest.substack.com. You can also find us on Facebook. Just look for the 80sest podcast. You can find us on threads at the_80s_est. You can email us if that's your jam at the80sest@gmail.com.
And, we're all over Apple Podcasts. We're on Spotify. Just search for the 80s-est. You'll find the podcast. And on Spotify, you'll find our playlists for every region.
How convenient.
So super convenient. So, maybe toss us a couple of scraps, like in the form of stars or ratings. Or
The more stars, the better.
we would like that for sure.
Yes.
Well, this episode's kind of getting long, so I guess we better end it, Joe.
Oh my God, yes. We are overshooting our, this is definitely more than we had intended.
Too long. Well, that's all for today's show. Join us next time on the 80sist when we'll preview our final region of Side A, Foreigners Without Foreigner.
No foreigner?
Oh, hang on. Let me stop this ending real quick here, Joe,
Okay.
Joe, just to be clear one last time, this upcoming bracket has no Lou Graham in it. None.
Huh.
No Mick Jones.
None? No.
You will hear no Dennis Elliott.
Oh.
You certainly are not going to hear Al Greenwood. None,
Not even a
Joe.
little? Oh, Jesus.
Beg all you want.
I gotta say, this feels like the first time we've had this argument.
God damn it, Joe. None. No Hot-Blooded. No Cold as Ice.
What about the songs by Foreigner about situations in like a medium, like a room temperature?
Oh, what does Foreigner even have any songs that... Wait, why am I even entertaining this? God damn it, Joe. There will be no Foreigner.
Well, shit. Oh, hey, whoa, hey. Keith.
Yeah.
I'm seeing two of you all of a sudden. Oh.
Are you all right? Two of me? Oh, God
Yeah.
damn it. Jesus Christ. I'm not going to play double vision either, Joe. Now, good day. We've got to end this show.
Fine. God.
Wow. All right. Well, anyway, where was I? Oh, yes. Until next time, on behalf of Joe, this has been Keith saying it's after midnight Eastern Standard Time, and I'm hungry. What would be the perfect, safe, non-murderous late night snack? I'm looking for suggestions.
Are you hungry? Hungry as a gremlin? Here's gremlin cereal.
Gremlins, bite after bite. What a tasty way to satisfy a gremlin appetite.
Gremlins is a deliciously sweet, crunchy cereal that satisfies the hungry little gremlin that's in all of us.
Gremlins, bite after bite. What a tasty way to satisfy a gremlin appetite.
Gremlin cereal is part of this complete breakfast.
Gremlin, yum yum.